Māori-led company Moana New Zealand opened its Oyster hatchery in Nelson yesterday to increase production capacity and ensure a reliable supply of oyster spat for Aotearoa, New Zealand. Moana New Zealand Chair Rachel Taulelei, no Ngāti Raukawa ki te Tonga, Ngāti Rārua is with us now. Tēnā koe, Rachel, thank you for joining us.
Kia ora.
Now, how did yesterday's launch in Nelson go yesterday, and what will this mean for Moana New Zealand through to 2027?
The opening yesterday was amazing. It was really, really positive. We'd already done a dawn blessing earlier in the year so our team could get in and start setting up the operations. But yesterday was really an opportunity for everyone to see how everything has come together. So it's still shiny and new, but it's certainly in action. And what it means through to 2027 is that we can really start pushing towards what we're planning for, which is 1.65 million dozen. And that has taken almost 20 years to get to this point. So it's been quite the journey.
Because we all need to know where our oysters and that our oysters are going to continue, right? So where did the name Kirikiri Tātangi come from for the new hatchery?
We do need to know that we're going to keep having them and where they come from. That's very important to Māori. But the name itself was a gift from the iwi of Te Tauihu, specifically Ngāti Rārua. And kirikiri, of course, is that word that refers to pebbles or shingle or sand, and tātangi is an extrapolation of tangi, which of course is sound or song or voice. And together, kirikiri tātangi is a name given to the shingle beds and that noise they make when they carry the sound and the wai and the abundance of kaimoana, formerly under Nelson's Boulder Bank, to the shellfish beds that were there before that land was claimed for farming at Wakapuaka.
So what's changed within the business, Rachel, that will help take your organisation to another level?
Well, it's a combination of heart and it's a combination of aspiration and then, of course, investment. So Kirikiri Tātangi itself is about a $5 million investment of what's about or around $21 million of investment they're putting into a tio transformation. And why we're doing that is really to fundamentally change the way that we farm our teal. So traditionally, spat was caught on sticks and grown out on rails and racks. But we have a new now semi-automated teal transformation system, which has about 90% of those racks coming out of the water and long lines of teal baskets, which are amazing environmentally and wonderful for our people in the conditions that they work in as well.
And what else is it that Moana New Zealand is doing differently to help you to accomplish these goals?
Well, first and foremost, we're Māori, so everything we do is done from that standpoint, the way we think about our business, the values that we instill, and the way that we undertake the business of kaimoana. We're also world-class. This hatchery is incredible. We're at the leading edge of innovation in this space. And what's really important about the hatchery is it gives us an end-to-end control, a vertical integration all the way through a selective breeding program. We own and control our own hatchery nursery. We grow them out, we process them, we brand them and send them to the world. So to be able to do that from end to end gives you a really incredible degree of control over that process.
And what will this mean then for iwi and their communities?
Well, on a number of levels, there's benefit. So Moana is owned by iwi. We have 58 iwi shareholders, of whom we are incredibly proud to carry that mantle on their behalf. So there will certainly be an economic benefit to our shareholders, to our iwi and our owners. There will be employment opportunities. Our ability to carry the story of Māori to the world through our teal, but it's really the story of Māori that started 30 years ago with the fishery settlement comes through in this mahi. And ultimately, what we really hope is that people are proud of what they know to be their product. Māori are at the forefront of the teal industry in Aotearoa. And I don't say that lightly because it's a really amazing opportunity for us.
Is anyone else salivating with those pictures we just saw of the oysters? Yeah, okay. So what advice would you give to other Māori or iwi-led oyster farms that might help their farms to produce more teal or oysters?
Well, seafood is hard, aquaculture is tough. It's a really capital-intensive business that we are in, albeit that Māori have a special affinity to and relationship with tangaroa and the activity of fishing and aquaculture. So if people are interested, if iwi are interested in investing more and growing out their businesses in this space, my best advice is to actually come and have a conversation with us, because we've got a lot of experience, a number of years, decades in this area that we can lend to enable iwi to actually capitalise on resources and opportunities that are naturally their own.
Chair of Moana New Zealand, Rachel Taulelei, thank you so much for joining us today, and congratulations on what you've been able to do to ensure future production of tio, ngā mihi.
My pleasure. Kia ora.